How can you control social media and still sleep well at night? Nowadays, since we're spending more of our time at home, it can be very tempting to always be on our digital devices for hours on end, and it can be quite challenging to apply self discipline. And because of this, there's a new phenomenon now called digital burnout, and of course, something that has been existing for quite some time now, which is social media anxiety disorder. And even something called FOMO, a fear of missing out. And that's why this encourages us to always want to keep checking on our devices. But here's the thing, you know that blue light can inhibit melatonin, which is what leads to sleep. So if we're always on our screens, especially when it is close to bedtime, then this can severely disrupt our sleep. And of course, social media is designed to be something that is addictive, but at the same time, sadly, it can be anxiety inducing if not handled in a proper way. So I wanted to share some tips again and give a very appropriate acronym so that we can put social media in its proper place. Definitely, it has its good benefits because it is very uplifting to be able to keep in touch and always communicate with those we love. So, definitely, social media has its benefits. However, if we are not managing our time well and how it affects us, it could definitely have a detrimental effect on our mental health. So I wanted to share the word humble, HUMBLE. Let's start with H, humble. You know the saying, compare and despair? Well, as humans, it can be a strong tendency to compare ourselves with others. And if we look at others, if they have a more successful life, maybe they're having a better hair day than us at that time, they're wearing a much better outfit, or maybe they're affording to have more holidays than us, or affording to purchase certain luxuries that are for us unattainable, then this can cause us to be disheartened. Here's the thing. This is amplified more than ever online when you're doing comparisons online. Why? Because sometimes you're comparing it with something or someone that is often not the reality. It is very common for a lot of people to take multiple shots of themselves with the very best angles, maybe a minimum of 20 shots before they can come up with a perfect picture that they are going to post on social media. So we cannot say that it really captures the essence or authenticity of someone's actual look. And of course, there are a lot of filters out there. There is a survey that was conducted in Ireland wherein students are saying that social media doesn't affect them that much. However, in the same breath, they're also saying that they themselves are applying certain filters when they want to, of course, improve their look or erase eye bags. Full disclosure, I've not applied any filter today, so this is the real me, and I want to share something wherein I'm also being authentic about myself. Although I am by all means not perfect, and of course, social media can definitely apply to me all the negative connotations that can happen with social media, and that's why this applies to me as much as it does for a lot of people out there. So humble, we really need to be humble and recognize our own limitations. And if we are doing this, instead of being ultra competitive, if we're humble, this helps us to find a sense of contentment within ourselves and our own abilities and our own capacities, so that we won't be disheartened when comparing ourselves to others. In fact, this can also help us to be joyful and complimentary toward others when something good happens in their life, and we will be even having that initiative to want to be able to compliment them and uplift our friends and family when good things happen to them. Instead of sometimes a lot of people may feel that they're envious when they see something that they may not be able to easily achieve. So humility is definitely something very important, a quality that we can apply to reduce our social media anxiety. You understanding. We need to have a sense of understanding to really know the real deal. I mean, we can't believe every single piece of propaganda out there. Nowadays there is a multiple amount of social media platforms and a lot of ways to present ourselves in a different light. So we really need to be understanding and be able to discern that not everything can be taken at face value. So just be at ease, just chill, and know that not everything is always real and authentic. So don't be overly affected by everything and anything that happens on social media. M is minimalism. So when I say minimalism, it definitely applies to digital minimalism. We need to be able to limit our time on social media if we are spending excessive and unhealthy amounts of time on social media, then this is definitely going to detract from having a balanced view of life. Because definitely we all know that social media is not necessarily representative of reality. So if we're spending a lot of time on social media, then we're not getting a full sense of what's really going on in the world, of having first-hand experience as opposed to just having a digital virtual experience. Of course, the real thing is incomparable. So just apply the right amount of time. I can suggest that you can set an alarm clock and set a time frame that you will be focusing on social media, a healthy amount of time that you can still be in touch with friends, post certain things, or sometimes we need also to use it for digital marketing. Then by all means you can do it, but limit the amount of time and apply good judgment whenever you are using your time for social media. The next is B. So believe. I really want to stress that it is so important. But by the way, full disclosure, I'm not a psychologist. So if someone is experiencing high amounts of anxiety because of social media, you need to seek professional help. What I'm just sharing here is something that has benefited me and something that I love to share because of my research as well. But you can take it with a grain of salt and do your own research. And as I said, if you're experiencing high levels of anxiety, then maybe you need to not just go for tips, but go for a professional help. All right, so yeah, let's go back on track. Believe. We need to also believe in ourselves. You need to have a healthy amount of self-love and self-care, and be content with your own achievements, with who you are and what you have been blessed with. There is something totally unique about you that nobody in the world ever has, something that you can contribute to the world, and something that people really adore and love you for, a special skill, a special characteristic that people love about you. So by all means, believe in yourself. Don't always compare yourself to others and put yourself down, feeling that you're unworthy because someone is so much more talented than you. Of course, in any situation, there will always be someone who will exceed you in skill, talent, and qualities. But at the same time, there is also something very, very special within you that you need to really believe in yourself so that you can avoid having so much of that anxiety-inducing comparison. So remember, believe in yourself. Letter L is live. We need to live our life. We can't live virtually or live through someone else's experiences. Have you heard of, for example, these armchair travelers? They love to watch how other people are traveling and how other people are exercising. And even if they have the capacity to do it themselves, they just want to lean back, lay on their comfortable sofa and just not move, basically, become a couch potato because they're watching these things and living through other people's experiences. Of course, this definitely can be fun, and that is the essence of movies. That is why, we experience movies and entertainment, because we're entertained by these things. But what I'm saying is, if you're already living your life through the lens of someone else on social media, then definitely that is something very unhealthy. You need to actually live your life. Instead of watching someone who is camping, why not go camping yourself? If you're watching someone, I know nowadays we're limited with traveling, but you can always do something locally. You can explore something that is within a few miles or kilometers from your own home. A beautiful park that maybe you have taken for granted or not visited, or a nearby beach. Why not go for a long drive? Or why not go for a short trip with your friends and rediscover what is around you and enjoy it rather than living virtually through social media? Lastly is E, excel. We also cannot be stagnant. You know, it's human nature that if we're stagnant, then this can lead to downfall. This can lead definitely to more anxiety, because if we see other people are developing and we are stagnant, then that's definitely not a good thing. So we can excel in so many ways. We can acquire a new skill. We can well, I know a lot of my friends, especially with a lot of restrictions lately, they have been doing a lot of painting. Some have studied dancing. Some are doing Zumba, or some are acquiring new skills. Some are enrolling in multiple courses, and some are reading a lot of books. Basically, self-improvement, excelling, or doing something different, or honing an existing talent that you already have, helps you to have that sense of self-fulfillment. So you're not looking externally for approval, such as in social media. You know, what causes people also to lose a lot of sleep is they're waiting for that ping or that buzz wherein someone has liked their photo or someone has commented on their photo or their post. And if someone didn't, then sometimes it can cause them to feel disheartened. But if you are excelling or engaging in any form of self-improvement, acquiring a new skill, acquiring a new art form, a new talent, then definitely, or even acquiring new friends, then definitely this can help you to minimize the anxieties that can definitely be caused potentially by overexposure on social media or unhealthy exposure on social media. So remember, humble. Be humble, be understanding, minimize or be a minimalist digitally. Believe in yourself, live your life to the full, and also excel. So find a way to excel, and definitely you will feel that buzz of gratitude that you're doing something different, that you're engaging in a new hobby that makes you feel fulfilled, that puts a huge smile on your face. And generally, if you're doing this, you're going to be very, very balanced and humble. So definitely a humble person sleeps very, very deeply and soundly at night, because they have very good relationships, not only with themselves, but also with others. So remember, humble is one of the great ways to combat social media anxiety and digital burnout. So hopefully that has given you a few tips that can benefit you and as well as me. So until the next video, I will be seeing you all again very soon.